is the house that AJ Styles built.
Yo, party people, what is up? It's your boy, the best gift-to-gabber in the biz. What an episode of Smackdown that we just finished up. First night of the draft, solid W by Smackdown. Totally won the first night of this draft. Hands down with additions like Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles as future picks for Roman Reigns. Speaking of Roman Reigns, his bloodline just took another major hit with the Usos losing. They know they best to get effed up. I think maybe as soon as Backlash or maybe whenever he comes back finally. Guys, don't worry. Everything that went down here on SmackDown, you're about to hear from top to bottom, start to finish. So get ready, start your timers. Newest episode of The Gift of Gabe starts right, I'm thinking, now.
Then let's get on with the first pick of the 2023 WWE Draft. This first pick goes to SmackDown. And they select...
Okay, you guys, so first things first, draft got kicked off, underway. First four picks, of course, Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, the head of the table, was the first overall pick with his main man enforcer Solo and his wise man and special counsel Paul Heyman at his side. But a pick that I did not see coming 100% was Cody Rhodes is staying on Monday Night Raw. I thought he was going over to SmackDown to finish a story with Roman and, collide at SummerSlam this year. On top of that, big time Becky Lynch, or the man, whatever she wants to call herself, staying on Raw. And in another surprise twist, Bianca Belair looks like she's going to do the old switcheroo with Rhea Ripley because she's coming over to SmackDown. Didn't really see that coming. But let's go back to the Cody thing real quick. A lot of stuff, rumors going around today that it was on the table. It's not official, but it's looking pretty good right about now or whatever. Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, the rematch, WrestleMania 40's main event next year, which, your boy is straight up going to, not even a question or doubt. But in my personal take, and a lot of people who do agree with me, there's some on both sides, but I'm representing the people who say this, it should have been happening at SummerSlam. Pushing it out till Mania definitely seems like it's going to... It feels like you're dragging it out. So that's one problem. Number two, when Reigns and Jay fight, it shouldn't be for titles anyway, because it doesn't need it at this point. Like in the beginning, yeah, but not now with all the history and story. Like there's 3 years worth of story that you have here that you don't need a title. So, and then Jay's going to end up losing, and that's going to just piss people off, because I feel like Jay should win in that scenario because of the fact that he gets to, win over the tribal chief and say, now me and my brother can now go out on our own. We don't ever have to be associated with you again. But it's looking like if that match even happens, Roman's going to end up getting the dub. Other problem with Roman and Cody being on separate brands, the only way this match ends up being the main event of WrestleMania is if Cody wins the Rumble for the second year in a row. Now, that's why I'll be honest. We all love Cody, but let's all be realistic. If Cody Rhodes goes out and wins the Royal Rumble for a second straight year, a real good amount of people are going to turn on him. The Royal Rumble is where we see either the next guy up or the guy that's like ready already, like future promising superstar or that's ready now, or a guy that's already here in the right now win the Royal Rumble to set up for a huge WrestleMania main event matchup. So Cody would have to do that again, and people really probably would not be feeling that. Like Cody's now on the level of Stone Cold Steve Austin, where he won that 3 times and people were insanely hyped every single time. I like Cody, but I just got a really bad feeling about that. So there's a lot of problems going around with this, but it's not a guarantee. It's just a match that's on the table, which, hey, if I'm talking about WrestleMania 40's main event, I would probably throw that up. Just an idea, be all right, well, maybe Cody Roman. So, of course, that's on the table. But another thing this draft might tell us of Cody going over to Raw is that maybe he's just not the guy to dethrone Roman. Maybe this ain't how he finishes the story. Who really knows? Still, though, he definitely cannot win the World Heavyweight Championship. You got to avoid that not being a consolation prize. Seth freaking Rollins is still going to get that. So, let's just see how this whole Cody Roman thing works out for either one of them, whether they come back together in some way or they just stay apart. Let's just see how this story actually continues to go. All right, guys, aside from, the coach, the roller coaster, as, MJF likes to call him, the Ring General, Gunther, and Imperium solidifying a solid night for Raw here tonight by going over to the red brand. Now, guys, I've said it all day. Gunther's breaking that Intercontinental title record. Honky Tonk Man, you're getting taken down. He's going to hold that for like 455 days if that's what it's got to take. Even if it's going one freaking day over. Or maybe go straight up to 500. Who knows? Who cares? It's going to be great. Honestly, Seth Rollins, I got him winning the new World Heavyweight Championship. And then, screw it. By then, I got second man up to hold that World Championship. I got the Ring General. I got Gunther. Those are my picks for the next two world champions. Because let's be honest, Gunther and Roman Reigns would have slapped. And we could all see Gunther beating Roman Reigns. But they're on separate shows now. So Gunther, it's time to grab that big, beautiful World Heavyweight Championship at some point. Put that dang thing around your waist. And let's get it going. Yeah, another reason why Cody winning the Rumble would be a bad idea. You're stopping guys like Gunther who could potentially win the Rumble next year. And God, if that happens again, people are going to be like, what the fuck, man? That's freaking insane. But again, we just got to wait and see. You know one thing for sure. Gunther is winning that World Championship within the next year after he closes out this dope-ass Intercontinental Championship reign. All hail the Ring General. Long may he reign both in the Intercontinental title division and for the World Championship. And watch out for Imperium, too. Those dudes are getting those tag titles, too. Wherever freaking those end up going. Okay, guys. Raw had a couple solid picks. Gunther and Cody Rhodes definitely helped them. Riddle was cool, all that. But SmackDown won the night hands down. They got the Rated R Superstar coming back. If you like watch this Impulsive podcast, or like he said he might be going for at least another year, or maybe he does retire this year in Toronto, which we're hearing that's final SmackDown after SummerSlam will be in Toronto, so that could be where Edge hangs it up. It's looking like he's going to be spending his last days in this scenario on the brand that he helped make famous back in 2002 as part of the SmackDown 6, and the brand where he won most of his 11 World Championships with that beautiful old-fashioned World Heavyweight Championship of yesteryear. Rated R Superstar is back on his show, The Blue Show, SmackDown. Love to see it. And aside from that, whatever is next for Roman Reigns, we know two of his next dudes, and they're both former feuds of, the big dog Roman Reigns days where he was getting bullied out of the building. First off, the almighty Bobby Lashley is coming over to SmackDown. Dude can't be stopped. It's time for him to go straight to Tribal Chief and get sent straight down to hell. And, guys, he's back. He even showed up on the show tonight. The phenomenal AJ Styles. It's time to run it back 7 years later. AJ Styles, Roman Reigns, World Championship feud. Hell, he's got the numbers. He's got, the OC. But hell, honestly, by that point, they might only have to be dealing with Solo. The way this whole bloodline thing's going. Styles might have it the easiest of anyone. He might have the numbers advantage against Roman Reigns in this scenario. Then again, one Solo against Gallows and Anderson. I'm taking the one Solo. Let's just be honest. It's two great tag wrestlers and one enforcer. You do the math. Taking the enforcer. Thank you very much. But in terms of Styles and Roman Reigns, it's crazy how the roles have flipped from what they were 7 years ago. I know that's a long time ago, but it doesn't feel like. I feel like if I blink, I can still, or if I close my eyes, I can still see Styles, Roman Reigns, Payback, and Extreme Rules 2016 putting on two literal bangers. And Roman Reigns is literally at the height of people not having his shit and booing him out of the building even while he's world champion. Let's run this feud back. I am so for it. And dude, bring back the saying finally for the first time, and it feels like forever. AJ Styles is back on SmackDown because it's the house that AJ Styles built. Freaking love that. This is amazing. It's not just amazing. It's phenomenal. All right, you guys. It came down to the main event we were all waiting for. WrestleMania main event size rematch. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens defending those straps against former champs, the Usos. Great, solid matchup. And as we all were hoping, we all knew in the majority, because, some of the vocal people were like, oh, Zayn and Owens got to pretty much lose. They haven't been too entertaining. The vocal minority as I have seen the term, where like they were probably going to lose, especially due to the whole Saudi Arabia stuff, which why us who didn't want them to lose were like, no, don't have them lose because the Saudi Arabia thing. Don't worry, Zayn said it, called a shot. Zayn and Owens still undisputed tag team champions. They're probably going to at least drop one of those straps due to the draft. Or hey, who really knows? Roman Reigns kind of like threw a whole wrench in this whole draft stuff when he retained against Cody Rhodes and, is keeping 2 championships on one show for the moment. But either way, it was a great match. Zayn and Owens retained, and you can see it on the face of the Usos, especially Jay. Dude's like, damn it, we are so freaking screwed. Roman's going to whip our asses. Don't worry, Usos, you're going to get drafted to SmackDown with, your younger brother and, the tribal chief. And then, either at Backlash at this point or whenever Roman comes back, which will probably be soon after Backlash because he's got to have an opponent for Night of Champions, you're going to get smashed. Hell, the way they made it seem like in the story, Solo's about to come out and take care of that business because it looked like they were about to lose. He was going to take care of it, and then boom, Matt Riddle got out there, held them off. And Solo, by the time he came back, he was like, damn, they already lost and they're already dipping. So I can't really, hit him with that spike right now. But I'm curious to see how it goes. I'm curious to see if Sami and KO stay on SmackDown because that'd be a pretty cool moment. Like, Usos are getting beat down by Roman and Solo, and then, like, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens reluctantly come out to save him, and, Zayn can, like, help the Usos up, and we can have one last embrace, bro, because they're dogs. They're friends. They're bros. They're family. God dang it. But we're just going to have to wait and see. For one thing, 2 things guaranteed. 1, Zayn and Owens still tag team champions. And 2, the Usos are seriously screwed. They screwed the pooch hard. And now they're going to pay the consequences to our tribal chief, to our head of the table, Roman Reigns. So have fun with that, guys. God, Jay's PTSD is probably through the roof right now. All right, you guys. So that is SmackDown. We are done. And, not to forget the absolute megastar. Yeah. L.A. Knight got a total dub again. Dude's killing it. Honestly, shift him over to a tweener at this point. The crowd loves him. We all love him because he is the megastar. Because whose game is it? It's L.A. Knight's game. Yeah. And that is not an insult. That is just a fact of life. So deal with it. But it was a great show overall. Night 2 of the draft begins this Monday night on Raw. More Zayn and Bloodline stuff definitely to come forth. They pretty much started to announce a tournament to crown the World Heavyweight Champion, which is for some reason including Raw and SmackDown superstars. It's weird considering because we know a Raw superstar is going to take that belt, considering Roman has the other ones on SmackDown. So that's a little weird. But it's also the final Raw before Backlash, and then Dynamite. It's going to be an electric show. Your boy is going, though the show almost feels like filler now thanks to Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega being announced for the next week, but whatevs. And then SmackDown, the final one before Backlash, and then boom, finally, so many great matches on this card. San Juan, Puerto Rico. It's happening. Backlash next Saturday night. Street fights, 6-man tags, Lesnar versus Rhodes. Stuff you're not going to want to miss any of these shows. And you're not going to want to miss what your boy has to say after every single one of these shows. Because you already know I'm the best gift-to-gabber in the biz. So you guys, I hope you enjoyed SmackDown. Cannot wait for this Backlash week to get underway. Just remember, like, subscribe, do all that cool stuff because you know you want to. I'm just that good. And remember, that when it comes to talking wrestling, who better to gab with than Gabe? Okay, guys, I will see you after night 2 of the WWE Draft on Monday Night Raw to get ready for a Backlash week. Deuces, party peoples. I'm out.